Everyone, and welcome to Patient Mobility PTA 200. I'm excited to be taking you through one of the most foundational courses in the program. In this course, I get to teach you some very transformative and foundational skills that you'll be using every day, especially those of you that are going into an inpatient setting. I'll be teaching you bed mobility, transfers, gait training. I'll be talking about all the different types of assisted devices. We'll be talking about ICU and how we manage our time in that portion of the hospital. We'll also be talking about how to perform some manual stretching, manual resistance, health and wellness, aerobic training. So it is definitely a heavy loaded class where I'm going to be walking you through a ton of material in a short amount of time. This class is about 9 weeks long, and I swear it could be probably about a solid 6-month course. So I've tried to organize it so that we get the material in a steady amount of time, but I do want to warn you, it is a lot of material crammed into 9 weeks. So I wanted to jump on here and give you a little bit more information about the course and how to navigate it. So let's get started. You found this video. This is the first step. I'm going to really walk you through the course and what to expect here. But then there's some other pages that I think you should check out. Next, I think after this video is going to the Getting to Know You class page. This is where I have written out kind of what I'm going through in this video, but more bullet pointed with just what to expect. Then there's 3 other documents I want you to look at. The syllabus. Make sure you take that syllabus quiz once you've reviewed. Then I want you to look at the 2 schedules. I have a lab schedule, which is specific to the 3 weekends that we're going to be doing at the college. Remember, we have 3 weekends in person, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, full days, where I'm going to be teaching you a lot of these hands-on skills. So make sure you get those dates and times that will be at the college in your calendar so you're there. Next is the lecture schedule. This is where I have specifically written out each homework assignment and what date it's due on, and each written exam and what time and date those are on. So make sure you get into that schedule and you write down especially those exam dates. Your final exam is in person. You have 3 total exams in this class. The first 2 are online using Lockdown Browser on specific dates listed in that schedule. And then your final will be in person at the college. So make sure you check out these 3 documents. I would say these are probably the most important as you kind of get started in this class, and making sure you get those dates and times in the schedule. So now let's go kind of talk a little bit more about what to expect in each module. So as you can see here, I have your intro to PTA 200. This is your Getting to Know You page. Make sure you read through that. Then we have your syllabus quiz, and then your 2 schedules that I just talked to you about. So once again, important information in that starting module. Now, you see here we have your first module. I always have the dates here listed that you can expect this module to run. I always start with a module checklist, and this tells you week by week what to expect, what you're going to be learning, and what assignments are due. It also ends with bullet points where it tells you, okay, here's your next lab weekend coming up, and here is when your next exam is. So make sure that you're looking at this. This will kind of guide you through each chapter, what you're doing each week, and each assignment. As you move through the module, you can see I have it labeled week to week. You can see week 1 and then what you're going to be learning. Every Monday, you will have a written assignment. This written assignment has you go into chapters of the book, read those chapters, and pull information. Each written assignment has questions that I want you to answer and submit in here for points. Next, each week, you will always have a discussion board. These are due on Wednesdays. These are cases that I have you review and answer questions on. Make sure that you are answering the questions, but not only that, responding to appear by Friday. Once you've done that and you've read through the chapters and gone through the discussion board, we also have every week a key concepts page. These pages I feel are so important. I have spent so much time making these pages for you because this is where I actually pull the most important information from the week that you'll be learning. When you go through these pages, make sure you look out for your speakers here. Anytime you see one of these little microphone speakers, that means that I have recorded an audio voiceover. This is where I talk through the page, and in these audio voiceovers, I give you hints on what to know for exams. So make sure you're listening to these. As you continue through the pages, you'll see sometimes I will have videos linked. You'll see a nice video camera recorder picture or emoji here, if you will. That means I have a video linked here for you. Make sure you watch these videos. A lot of times it's me performing the skill or helpful information on a topic, or sometimes it can even be PhysioU performing a skill that you might be doing for a practical. So these key concept pages are going to be key for you as you move forward through the class and getting all of that important information each week, knowing what that is. So you now know what to expect each week. You will sometimes have busier weeks than others. Like week 2, I'm trying to get you more material in your heads before we go to lab weekend 1. So your week 2 is pretty heavy. So I have opened the whole entire module so you can work ahead if you need to. And just make sure that you are going through each key concepts page and each discussion board and responding to peers on Fridays. One thing I want to remind you of, I will be posting the homework answers at the end of each week. So make sure that you're coming back into your modules and checking your homework answers with mine to make sure that they are the correct answers so you're studying the correct material for exams. Sometimes you'll even see that I'll have extra assignments like this pre-practical assignment. This is before you go into weekend 1. I actually have you watching videos of me performing the skills, and then you're grading me with your practical. This gives you looking at the practical before even week 1 happens, and this gives you a good idea of what you're going to be learning. So you're going to go through each week. Make sure you're coming back to check your answers. I will also be posting my discussion board answers in the discussion board threads at the end of each week. So make sure you're looking at those as well. As you kind of end each module, look out for a module quiz. This will be at the end of each module. You will be able to take this quiz twice, and the highest grade will take so let's say the first time you take it, you get a 70%, and then the second time you take it, you get an 80%. You will get an 80% on that quiz. It is timed. This is a great study tool for your exams, so make sure you take those. So I think that's truly all I wanted to really talk about and talk you through. But as always, if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm excited to take you through this course. I'm excited to see you our first lab weekend, October 31st, Halloween weekend. Another thing I forgot to mention, speaking of our first lab weekend, check out these lab weekend helpful information videos and handouts. This is kind of where I've put all of your helpful lab information for the weekends. And a lot of these are videos of me performing the skills. And then the handouts you'll be given in class along with the practical and what I'm testing you on. So these will also be very helpful modules. And I've labeled them per weekend. So you can see this is weekend 1, all of the lab information videos and helpful stuff there. So I'll wrap up here. If you have any questions as you're navigating the course, please reach out, and I look forward to taking you through Patient Mobility course. See you our first lab weekend, October 31st.